Hello, welcome to Akihabara. I'm Song Kinte, the your guide for bike tour. Today's tour is the Mr. Shushorin. What image do you have about Akihabara? An electrical or mark of otaku or subculture? Today, I'd like to introduce the tradition of the Akihabara, thus the history and the culture, where you are taking in both the railway around you and the image on the screen in front of you. Before start the tour, let me share some truths of this tour. First, please stay at your seat for your safety. Second, you can take pictures during the tour. However, please don't take any picture of the passengers as well as girls in made custom handing out flowers on the street. Third, please refrain from posting pictures on SNS if you can see the face of the passengers and the girls carrying of them. At one place during the tour, you will get off the taxi and wear VR headset to enjoy 360-degree VR video. Please look at the picture on the screen. This is Kanda River Market nearby Akihabara in Edo area from 1603 to 1867 when samurai and sugar ruled Japan. Move the next picture. Many second-hand kimono shops were run around the Kanda River nearby. It was the center of fashion just like today's Harajuku. Those days, the principal means of the distribution of the goods was water transportation. As there is Kanda River nearby, this area was the logistic base. In the Meiji period, the government, made from motorization from Japan, introduced the railway system. The railway had built from Ueno to Tohoku, the northeast river of the Honshu Island. You ought to hand a lot of goods from Tohoku. A couple freight station was built and the freight line from Ueno Station was run to the station. This station has become present-day Akihabara Station. What a map of the screen! Can you see a blue line? The Kanda River is traveling direction. The blue sketch part on the right side is a basin for small shops, where now your robust Akiba building stands. Please look at your left side. There is a small park. It used to be the channel containing the basin of the river. Can you see short pillars made of the light brown stone at your left? There used to be many pillars of the Sakuma Bridge, built off the channel at that time. Goods such as the wood and charcoal from Tohoku were transported to Akihabara Freight Station by railway, and the shops from there were every place in Tokyo. Later, cars became a main street mode of the transportation, and the rivers or channels were recommended or covered by roads. Then, the theory of the Tokyo has the company changed. Now, I will tell you the best history of Akihabara after World War II. Please look at the screen again. Because of a raid, a test token includes Akihabara had been reduced to ruin after war. There was a black market nearby, and as there is the electrical engineer college in the neighborhood, many videos stood in the radio parts such as the vacuum tube released by the US Army. As radio was the only recreation at that time, the markets flourished. Then ready-made riches are so burst by the college students that like pancakes. When GHQ bought Armpit Air Market in 1949, vendors moved the place under the Electrical Line Railway. One was offered by Tokyo Government and Japan National Railways. This is orange of the present Path Market, and Akihabara was electric town. The rapid economic growth after the war brought about mass production, and the misconception surged and the household appearance moved. People life was improved and became more comfortable. The more you own, the happier you are. The sales second truth or the three stands symbol at that time: black and white television, washing machine, and refrigerator. Then the new street trends were not necessarily accessory but actually color television, air conditioning, and cars. In 1970s, the first PC shops was opened. The advent of computers changed Akihabara dramatically. In 1917, Sony received Walkman. The feature of the Japan brand parts feature mute usering and high function. In 1980s, Made in Japan brand became owned by the world. People from the world visit Akihabara for electric appliances and duty-free shops increased. Akihabara, the electric town, became global famous. At the same time, PC game devices such as the Nintendo game software were becoming popular. In 1990s, since Microsoft Windows 95 PC appeared, PC became well repaired. Sophisticated computers involved games, making the characters more realistic and the stories more complex, that enable games to increase between manga or anime. Since manga and anime prefer element of support culture came into Akihabara with otaku who love PC games, anime game very much. Since 2001, shops among otaku increased reports. In 2005, AKB48, an idol group, was found, yet established the new image of otaku. The otaku chase and support by rocket, yet influenced Japanese business and gave birth to the new trend which has called otaku culture. Akihabara is such a rich ground where new trends and culture are born. Now some joke and present subculture from Akihabara, when used with the new nuance, have become positive and direction. You will see the letter HIE1 address on the building just in front of you. It is a station building opened in 2012. This involved the image of the Akihabara station a lot so the first visitors feel comfortable. Events collaborate with the animation are often held here. Step on here and you'll rest now you are in Akihabara. On the left-hand side is Akihabara Radio Kaigan. the most well-known landmark in Akihabara will speak soon. If you take a look at shops in, you can tell what are now in Akihabara. This is the very birthplace of PC in Japan, when NEC showed the first microcomputer kit named TK-18 in 1976. First Radio Kaiko has many popular college shops representing Akihabara. Let me introduce some of them. Please watch the screen. The first shop is called Lab, a shop of the Toreka or 20 cards, Sarah, Toreka section, and a do space. At the Toreka section, many trading cards are displayed indoors. Please notice the price of each card, from a few dozen of the yen to tens of the south yuan of yen. The difference is surprising. This difference tells you the need for cards, or rarity and the popular of each card. This is the dual space. You may have chance to watch a heated match here. Trading card games was originally increased in the US. The first game made in Japan was the Pokemon card game in 1996. Later, anime Pokemon was produced and the game popular. It often happens that popular card games developed into another field. Popular trading card games have many players all over the world interest performers. Move on to the next shop, other on the 7th floor, a shop of doors. Door shops offer parts and items to assemble only one door in the world for your own. You can choose anime characters like face or receive face with eye. Both doors will have fans of the wide version from otaku who love anime characters to lovers of the artist doors. Those owners enjoy pressing their ball enjoy doors, changing colors and handles of them. When some owners make clothes for their doors, many come to Azon for surprisingly exquisite and fine dress accessories and small items. Next is Art Top on the 2nd floor. This is a shop of the return showcase service. Very family business in Akihabara. You can rent a showcase in the shops and display and say what will you like use that space. You may return for money and sell commission to the shop. In Akihabara, however, expenses you are paid for what you really want and we will want that had need. Lastly, let's see the Akiba, a gift shop on the ground floor. You can buy the goods with the Akihabara shows characters under them, and the goods in season, as well as the popular sweets among foreigner visitors. Look at your right side. Inside of the building is the parts market, when the street vendors moved afterward. There's no another place in the world where electric parts and device shops concentrate like this. Everybody enjoys magazines behind that contribute to the technology development of Japan. One thing you can't miss here in the first Sony Walkman TPA-02. It is the memorable foreigner of the Japan brand products featuring mini traction and high functionality. You see a lot of the duty-free social building around the station. In front of you is Chuo or Center Street. This is the main street of Akihabara, is the very image of Michael of the Otaku. Some visitors come to Akihabara to just take a picture of the street and get stuffed. However, in old days, when Tokyo called Edo, this was the highway for Shogun, the general Nismo, when he visited Kan-Eiji, his family temple in Ueno. The store across the street in Onoda. Later you will visit the for VR experience. Now coming into the in traveling direction is the Mansei Bridge over Kanda River. Beyond the bridge can you see red mark arch close to station, that is the elevator railway of the present Jiachuo line. Once there was Mansei bus station there, please watch the screen. The first Mansei bus station was built in 1912, designed by Tatsuno Kinko, the famous artist who also designed Tokyo Station. It was a beautiful building in Tatsuno style, class station with the white bird, red bird, and the crowns. Watch the screen again. Being a terminal station where passing trams, the site was always buzzed with many people. There was a statue of the famous naval hero Commander Hirose, and his subject was Office Skino in the station square. Now Mansei bus station was delivered with a shopping face named March Cute and opened in 2013. The old red badge arches the stars and the attraction to the festival where shops and cafes offer correct test around your interest curiosity. In 1923, the first station building was brought down in the work of the Great Kanda Square. The second generation station building was completed in 1925. In 1936, railway mutuals was attended to the station where station area was the district. In 1943, Mansei bus station furnished set its doors. Look at in front of you can see another viaduct of the Sobu line. Please look at the screen. The pictures show Akihabara when the Sobu line was built. The viaduct in front of the Onodi Viaduct and another beautiful arch shaped on the right side in Hadagocho Viaduct. You can see that later. Now orange is on your left side. This is the duty-free store. Later you will enjoy the visit with this store. The taxi going to the back street. Now Toyo Keso Cookie. Coming into the on your left side, this is a stop specially in mutual instrument. They say you will find any kinds of the mutual equipment you may need at this store among shops in Akihabara, where you can expect very cannot serious special. This may be the only one with the sub-specialist conjunction where you can contrast for anything about mutual instrument. There are variations of used IT too. That of the individuals and animator of the taking their face temperature with the thermometer. In 2000, after the Great East Japan earthquake, radiation constants and electric meters were in great demand and out of the stock, and so a transmitter of the press oximeters said this it can reflect the error. Next is the bar gauge, which is run by Toyoke Sokuki. How about a glass of the drink with the delicious fruits in season? All the gauge and the major instruments are on display inside of the bar. Now on your right side is the elevator railway of the subway line. The reason why so many railways were elevated was because major government ordered as such, in order to avoid absurd traffic by laying railway underground. So you can see the beauty art shop on Hakaracho Viaduct. Please look at your right upside when the taxi turns to the left. It's the bright green color is the beautiful, isn't it? Next, let me introduce the so-called idol culture in Akihabara. Please look at the screen. On the 7th floor of the Pasira building with a red sign board after a hand off your right on the another side of the street. Palmer Theater in Rocket. There you can see the performance of popular idol groups such as the Kamen Joshi or Mask Girl, now on the screen. Speaking of the idol groups, the most famous one in Akihabara is AKB48. For the past years or so, Akihabara is the town where not only items but also idols are produced. The way interest friends interrupt their idols with shout and performance become well known and popular as otaku. As those friends are called idol otaku. However, while the otaku went, otaku don't up such as the corpsesome space, just like traditional dance of the Maigo song, performed in the space of only 0.8 square meters. So you will enjoy VR Express at Onode, where we pressed at the Chuo Street. Onode is the duty-free store and electric retail store. Onode does not only impact the amount at visitors from foreign countries, but also from Japan. For example, Japanese traded cafes section on the ground floor that instructs Japan's handwork of the high quality. No another shop quoted no display many Japan's traditional cafes of the high quality, as well as the wide range of visitors at one section like Onode. The second and third floor are home appliance section. You will find most things you need here and enjoy shops comfortable with the keen help of the store staff. The fourth floor is the popular college section, where all shops deal in popular college related goods that present today's Akihabara. By the way, on the ground floor of another building, Akihabara TV studio and open studio from where YouTube station broadcast akb.tv. Here you are going to enjoy their experience. Welcome back to your real world. How do you enjoy VR experience? Today is going to try the back street, where is the always bus with the deep otak and engineers coming and going, and around with the professional special shops with the can meet their demands. It is the cast actors of the Akihabara were strong of the hobby, interest and technology. Girls in costume of the outfits on the street. Please refrain from taking direct photos of them, and avoid posting any photos unless if you can see face of the passengers of the social carrier. Now please watch the screen. This is the Kotobukiya, one of the top figure model maker, markets in Japan at birth 17 years ago. Kotobukiya has altered to the major works of the movie, games and anime such as the Starfinder, Final Fantasy, Studio Ghibli anime that you can find easily in another shops in Akihabara. It is amazing that the animation, anime or magic characters or convert performers into three-dimensional figure. The works as the rich are high derived of the profession. Yet improvements watch the different texture such as the softness and the think as well as the clothing of the different literature and experiencing so well. You can see the colorful shapes of the Japanese were always the sets across the years, and believe that expressing such in everything. Can you see a building across the street with the cute pink rainbow and a hot sports object? That is the mark of the Ultra Home Cafe, the Met Cafe you will see via video. Met Cafe is a must-place to visit of Japanese pop culture fans and introduce the event in glass door box. People raised in the foreign countries to place a mild coffee shops is like to the mansion of the guests and waitress received as the maid welcome and entering the guests as their master or ladies. Nowadays there are made coffee of different seating and stories too. People often misunderstand what is the maid coffee and who is maid-san. Maid-san is Akihabara's similar to Michael-san in Kyoto. As they invite guests to the exploratory world out of the daily life and entertain them so that guests enjoy the special time forgetting their ordinary life. Since Japanese tradition encourages underlies such a new form may like maid coffee, whose maids are very cute and kawaii. Japan has traditions that people raise very young children as they were pure and innocent. By the way, do you know esports? Esports is a preparation of the electric sports and a form of the competition used to computer games or radio games. Esports is not so much familiar in Japan yet. However, its population is more than 100 million in the world, and in some countries like USA, professional games are correlation to the person sports players. Softmap Akiba presents computers and digital store on your left side has the esports studio Akiba. On the 7th floor, yes, the 5th floor is the gaming machine section, and the 6th floor is game device section. The second building from Sapa is Jichun. Jichun is the gaming machine brand Japanese PC market mouse computer. PC market was closed a few years ago, but refrigerated is gaining substantially again. One factor is the having demand for PC with the necessary space for virtual meeting, telework work, or remote work, and then the coronavirus pandemic. The another is demand for game PC with the even high space for esports. If you have no idea about playing video game, Christmas please take a visit to Jichun, and your impression of the video game will totally change. The word esports game introduced in 2000. In 2011, the first esports in Japan Cup was held. In the USA, the international 2017 was held, and its total prize money was $24 million US. The first winner got up $10 million. Some of professional esports players earn more than 300 million yen per year. Here I give you a quiz. It's very popular in Akihabara and you see it everywhere. What is it? The answer is gachapon or capsule tour machine. The machine that you insert coin into a switch and turn the lever, and pop out a ball shaped capsule with the coin inside. On the left-hand side, gachapon Kaikan with the yellow signboard is coming into view. Introverts of the gachapon Kaikan are computer Kaikan machines. Have you ever tried one? Gachapon is very popular among foreign visitors too. What attracts people? First, it's inexpensive. Second, there are a lot of unique parts with and a few such as the when you introduce fruit zombie, too much fills the statue of the rubber. And the top of them, items are very high quality. Somehow Japanese people are fashionistic by elaborate made small things or miniature. Whatever you get, you will be surprised at the high quality. It's always a thrill to turn a leaf fishing. You can get one you like. Be careful, you may spend too much money. After turning at the corner, you will see K-pop shops on the right side. This the capsule first drink as a fruit drink in Akihabara, and now they turn their own one is the back street. This is the typical surface store in Akihabara, and the goal is to open a business at Main Street. By the way, when you hear Akihabara and the idol group AKB48 come to most of the Japanese people, it was founded in 2005 by a music producer Yasushi Akimoto, who wanted to create a group of idols you can meet. Among 7,924 girls auditioned, only 24 was selected. The name AKB comes from Akihabara, where the shot is located. the memorable first stage of the 72 people, but 65 were involved staff, and the number of supporters was only 7. The performers every day on the stage and held event in Southwest France. Now it has become a national popular group and idols you can hardly meet. You are going to cross your street and turn to the right. You will see Don Quixote building on your right across the street, where AKB48 shelter is located. There are many sister groups of AKB48 not only in Japan but also overseas. In Japan, there are SKE48 in Sagaya in Nagoya, NMB48 in Namba in Osaka, HAKT48 in Hakata in Fukuoka, NGT48 in Niigata, STU48 in Setouchi area, overseas JKT48 in Jakarta, Indonesia, MNL48 in Malaysia, the Philippines, BNK48 in Bangkok, Thailand, and so on. By the way, do you know the animation Mobile Suit Gundam? The first series was aired in 1979, considered the same year when Sony Wacom was released. Since the new series was made one after another to put on TV or screen, running anime workers. Just like Star Wars movies, there are many fans who say that have going with the Gundam series. Gundam was an appropriate making work in the treatment of the electric and complex story, and setting with each episode in most anime series with the complete story. In the story, human beings merge into the unrestrained and form the Earth Federation. The war breaking out between the Earth Federation and the Planting John, who directs the independence Amuro, a boy and the main character, on the side of the Earth Federation open to the drama into the but unlike most TV series drama or anime, your side not necessarily always good and enemies are not necessary. Even a text, there is not such simple good and will. So while you have to fight for what? What is justice? The story with such question. The duo as sure is looking and so cool, and with some darkness with his heart. So he is a more extravagant, competent Japanese woman. There is Canton Cafe in the area called Crossfield looks in the traveling direction. Please watch the screen. The cafe is divided into 4 areas. John's Diner Tokyo is a hands-on dinner, where you can free as you will a measured coffee of the jewel. Restaurant area is the restaurant represents a mason hut inside a spaceships of the Earth Federation. Virgin electric coffee offers take-out drink and you can choose taste and some of your drink. Good shops offers about 316 orange items. For 1980 to 1989, Kanda vegetable and fruit market beginnings when in Japan was located around here. After market moved, this area was rebuilt as an IT but named Cruise Field and opened in 2006. On the right side, under elevator railway, can you find Gundam Coffee? A lot of the foods all over Japan occur select buyers and glass here. Chabara was named after Yachaba, a vegetable and fruit market and Akihabara. Second-base Akioka manufacturer, yes, the connection factory opened in 2019. Which always serves you our new discoveries and great bars. As a base where you can see such it offers various kinds of shops separately in your hobby, a coffee, and a hotel. I will show you some shops. You just at the Hitachi Brain Tokyo, a whiskey distro and dining bar. You can enjoy whiskey and extracting craft beer made of their own wood. Watch the screen, please. This is the second place a camera shop director managed by Sambo Camera, which was established in 1975. This shop sells many pull-on cameras and interchangeable lenses. If you bring a camera, you can try to attach a lens to your camera body. They also offer developing and painting service. Next, record from Akihabara shop. It is shopping specially in pull-on CDs and records. Uncountable numbers of the CDs and recording of the many different genres are in the shop. Move on to the next shop, the final store. Direct managed by Fano, a Japanese earphone and headphone company. So stylish and high-grade house brand earphone are worth the seeing. Let's see next Tokyo video games, a coffee and a bar. It looks like the retro games arcade. You can enjoy play games and alcohol here. Then please look at the right hand side. This is Akihabara branch of the Taiko Rival, a Taiko or Japanese training school of the largest school in the world. Written school and trial lessons are available here. Big Taiko, sweet a lot, and left street and get refreshed. Then I will tell you the name of Akihabara. Take frequently had 5 since Edo period, not of the changed event in Meiji period, and the salaries are terrible fire in 1869. After the fire, the place around here was arranged to the fire break. In the space, a single shrine was built, and the 3 dead who planned the fight were invited from the imperial place and enshrined. However, people misunderstood that Akiba Daigongen, a famous dead who prevented fights with the enshrined, so people called the shrine Akiba-sama, and this area Akiba Gogen no Haraba or Akibabara means the field of the Akiba Daikon shrine. Hara, yes, Japan means field or open space. The sixth is the origin of the name Akihabara. People in other countries of the contest manga or anime are for small children, but in Japan, adults also enjoy manga and anime. There have been a makimono or illustrated hand school that depicts stories with the picture and the next for more than 1,000 years in Japan. People enjoy stories, foreign drink, and text school rules. A makimono you make this hand-operated animated movie. The makimono of the title of the Genji is the well-known and designed as a national treasure. Another national treasure, Choju Jinbitsugeika, is set to the oldest manga in the season of comic picture and technique. A makimono was something that were educated older as the cultural people enjoy. Thus in Japan, manga and anime has been powerful and elevated to the current information. There are now used school, companies and events by the government. Furthermore, mascot characters are popular in Japan, and there are great variety of mascot characters and an uncountable number of the local mascots. Even the government and the police office have their own mascot character. Ita-gun for natural taxi agents, Customer-gun for customer, Pita-gun, People-gun for Metropolitan Police Department. The front left side of you is Yodobashi camera. Marriage made Akiba. Yodobashi camera is a major Japanese research specialist in electric PC, cameras and photographs equipment, and this is the second largest store in Japan after Umeda store in Osaka. My true guest friends often say this building has a black hole because some of their guests have disappeared in the building and never come back again. The guests who fortunately come back arrived what they did understand why they were late for the meeting time. Do you remember the old map? You will see the beginnings of the tour, the blue square. Do you remember? This is a basin of the fish shop was here. Now there is an entrance to the Tsukuba Express Akiba station on your right side. Tsukuba Express went into the operation in 2005, linked between Aichi Akihabara and the Tsukuba City in 14.5 minutes. Now tour has come to an end. How was the tour? Did you well? We are also glad if the tour could cover the attraction of Akihabara. We would appreciate if you could take a few minutes, take our question before leaving. Thank you for enjoying the tour. Please come back to real Akihabara next time.